Hey, how you doing, guys? Welcome again to Next Level. What we're going to go over is the law of average. All right, this is going to be the continuation of the training. Okay, so let's just go straight to it because I know you guys want to learn. Because the more you learn, the more you earn. Okay, so what is the law of average? All right, basically what law of average is the law of numbers. Okay, this is highly important, guys. I want you to understand that, all right? The more people you speak to over the phone, the more money you make. The more people that you speak to over the phone, the more chances you have to fail, okay? So, perfect example, right? This is the goal that you should be talking about right now, that you should be thinking. Every time you hit those phones, you should have a bare minimum of anywhere between 15 to 20 appointments. Okay? I'm gonna say it again. The goal is anywhere between 15 to 20 appointments. I'm gonna tell you why. Because the average closing ratio of a beginner, or just an average closing ratio of a regular person, is anywhere between 30 to 50%. Okay? So that means that if you make 20 appointments, that means anywhere between 2 to 10 people is going to show up. Okay? This is very important. So I don't want you to think because you made 20 appointments that everybody is going to show up. That does not happen. And you're not going to be the first one. Okay? A very good average or even over average person does anywhere between 50 to maybe 80% as far as bringing people in. Oh, excuse the way I write it. That's disgusting, but let me just show you that. Okay, guys? So when you guys call me, right? And this is not your fault. And this is not your fault because I didn't tell you this. And this is one of the reasons why we're doing these videos, because I want you to prosper. So I don't want you to here's the thing. I just want you to think how I think as far as numbers, okay? If I'm in the house and I'm making appointments, and I end the day with 3 appointments, I'm not happy. Because what's going to happen is I didn't give myself enough chance to fail. So if I make 3 appointments, chances are one person is going to show up or no person is going to show up. That's the law of average. That is the law. This is what's been going on for years. So if I did 3 appointments, I'd say, you know what? I'm gonna go more. I'm gonna go harder. I'm gonna go for more appointments. Tomorrow I'm gonna go for 10 appointments. Tomorrow I'm gonna go 15. But you want to consistently. You want to consistently make 20 appointments. Guys, your expectation, I understand that a lot of y'all, have an expectation, but you don't want, when you're dealing with numbers like this, you don't want your expectations to be high, right? You want to always think about worst case scenario. And when you think about worst case scenario, you're always gonna be a hustler. You're always gonna hustle. So, all right, boom. Let's say it's Monday, right? You got Monday all the way down to Friday. right? If you just think about how many people you'll sign up by yourself if you do 20 appointments. If you do 20 appointments and you say, all right, worst case scenario, 3 people show up. Okay, boom. Then Tuesday happened. You made another goal of 20 appointments. And out of 20 appointments, 3 people signed up. You got Wednesday. You did 20 appointments, right? Did another 3. Thursday. Did 20 appointments. Another 3. Friday. Another 3. So just off worst case scenario, you just in 1 week signed up 15 people. But guess what, guys? It doesn't always happen like that, because now you're playing with numbers. You're playing with high numbers. So it's always going to go in between. Out of this week, this is just worst case scenario. But some days you're going to get more. But if you just stay with, oh, I just made. Let me give you another example. If you just stay with, oh, I just made 3 appointments, and you're really expecting 3 people to come in, it's not going to happen. And this is, and by you doing this, right? Again, all right, let me break it down again, okay? This is, again, it's about perception and thinking. My goal is to get 20 people, okay? Watch this. Worst case scenario. So let's keep it at let's do another worst case scenario. Let's keep it at 10%. Let's say out of all the appointments that you made, it was 10%. So let's just say I made 20 appointments a day. If you do 20 appointments a day, you times that by 5. That's 100 appointments for the week. Okay? 10% of 100 appointments for the week is 10 signups. In 2 weeks, I did 20 signups. In that month, I just made my $6,000 on 10%. This is not hard. But guess what? That's working with numbers. Now, what if you do 3 times 5? You made 15 appointments. You go on the same average, 10% of 15. How much is that? 1.5? This is how you got to think, right? And the method that I'm teaching you, this is called the law of not regular average, high numbers. The higher the numbers, the more chance I gotta fail. That's why we always have a common goal of doing a meeting. When we do a meeting, we want to book 200 appointments. Because on the worst case scenario, right, 10% of 200 is 20 people, right? But guess what? The reason why you're not going to get 20 people is because it's going to be a group of people with different levels of talent. So because it's a group of people with different levels of talent, on the worst case scenario, out of 200 people, it's going to go to the regular average of people. That's going to be 100 appointments. See, I know in my mind, and I'm a pretty good salesman, right? I know in my mind if I make 200 appointments by myself, I know all 200 people is not going to come, because it's just like I told you in the last training segment, that this is not geared to you getting 100% of people, because that isn't possible in the law of telemarketing, sales, business. There is no business that does 100%. It's never heard of. It's just that one business play bigger numbers than the next business. Okay? So I know that with my years of experience, my law of average is going to be anywhere between 50% to 80%. Your law of average might be a little different. You might have to work